bombed the Bastille, it changed the course of human history. Our two nations are forever joined together by the spirit of revolution and the fight for freedom. France is America's first and oldest ally. Ever since General Lafayette joined the American fight for independence, our fates and fortunes have been tied unequivocally together. 1 century ago, the United States entered World War I. French and American patriots have fought together, bled together, and died together in the fight for our countries and our civilizations. President Macron, thank you for inviting Melania and myself to this historic celebration. And to you and your spectacular country, may God bless France and may God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Monsieur le Président.
Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président.
Ah, voilà.
Non mais sérieux. Oh. Vous pouvez vous décaler?
Messieurs, mettez-vous, s'il vous plaît. go home.
I wanted to welcome my good friend President Trump and wanted to thank you for this visit. After a very important time in your domestic policy, I do appreciate the fact that you came here, Donald, after your visit for Bastille Day in 2017 and our state visit in Washington beginning of this year. I think it's very important to celebrate our soldiers and the great solidarity between our two nations. And we are the best and more ancient allies. And this is what I told our people. Obviously, we will discuss about a lot of topics: Iran, Syria, Yemen, Africa, trade, climate, and a lot of common global issues. And obviously, we will discuss about as well our defense cooperation, which is very important. And I do share President Trump's views that we need a much better burden sharing within NATO. And that's why I do believe that my proposals for European defense are totally consistent with that, because it means more Europe within NATO, more capacity, in order to take our part of the burden. And I think it's very fair and it's very important. So thanks very much, Donald, for being here. This is our pleasure, and our people are very proud to have you here. And I want to thank you here today for your solidarity 100 years ago and your constant solidarity for precisely our people.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, I very much appreciate that, Mr. President, and we have become very good friends over the last couple of years. We have much in common in many ways, perhaps more ways than people would understand, but we're very much similar in our views, and I appreciate what you're saying about burden sharing. You know what my attitude's been, and we want a strong Europe. It's very important to us to have a strong Europe, and whichever way we can do it the best and most efficient would be something that we both want. I just want to thank you very much for the graciousness you were so beautifully received. We were so beautifully received last night. We look forward to spending the next day and a half with you. And today and tomorrow are going to be very important. And we'll be discussing many things, not only military and aid and NATO and others, but we'll also be discussing trade. And we've been discussing that for a little while. I think we've made a lot of progress. We'll see if we can get it over the line, as they say. We'll see what happens, but trade is very important. And we're also very much focused, the President and I, on terrorism. Terrorism is a very big subject for both of us. And we see what's going on in the world, and it's not a good picture. But we've made a lot of progress. We've done things together that were quite bold recently, 6 months ago, very bold. And terrorism will be a big factor and a big part of our discussion today. So I want to thank everybody for being here. And Mr. President, thank you very much.
Mr. Trump, you say you felt insulted by what Mr. Macron said about Europe making its own defense. Can you explain?
We're getting along from the standpoint of fairness, and I want it to be fair. We want to help Europe, but it has to be fair. Right now, the burden sharing has been largely on the United States, as the President will say, and he understands that. And he understands that the United States can only do so much in fairness to the United States. So we're rebuilding our military. We just had approved $716 billion. The year before that, we had $700 billion. So we're almost completely rebuilding our military with the latest and the greatest. And we want to absolutely be there. We want to help. We want to be a part of it. But different countries have to also help. That's only fair. And I think the President, we've already discussed this, and the President and I very much agree on that.
I do agree. I think we work very closely together in Syria. President Trump reminded you what happened the 13th of April this year. We work very closely together to make a superb operation against chemical weapons used there. And we work very closely together in Middle East, in Africa, and so on. But it's unfair to have the European security today being assured just by the United States, and we need a much better burden sharing. That's why I do believe that we need more European capacities, more European defense, in order to take this part of the burden. What President Trump has to protect or to defend one of the states of the United States, it doesn't ask France or Germany or another government of Europe to finance it. That's why I do believe that we need more investment. It's exactly what we do in France. It's the first increase in terms of budget for defense for the coming years. We will reach the 2%. But that's why I do believe that we need more European defense in this framework. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.